Hey everybody, welcome to the Double Stuff Podcast, where double the hosts, double the topics, double the fun. And I'm Sarah.
I'm Charity.
I'm Alan.
And I'm Dan.
All right, so guys, this is our 149th episode.
All right.
We are like literally at 150. This is our finale of the season. It's cool that we've gotten to this point already, and is our usual custom. We have to do a game.
Game time.
Game time.
Game on.
Of some capacity. So this one I thought would be kind of interesting to do. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a most likely to game. So who's most likely to succeed and all that. Like you hear, when people write on yearbooks and all that kind of stuff. It's supposed to sound inspirational. But there's some that's a little absurd, a little out there.
Okay.
And I thought those would be more fun to do than just, the good, uplifting educational
We
stuff.
already know who's most likely to succeed, and that is me.
I was going to say, hey, the host is right here. So
I'm sitting right here. Unbelievable.
there's a reason why Cherry didn't respond. Yeah, you're right here. But... So we figured it'd be kind of fun to do. So we all have a list of things that one of us or multiple of us will be most likely to do something. We each have our names written on these little pieces of paper, and if one of us say who is most likely to do such and such, we each hold up someone's name. Hopefully it's someone that we all agree with. Who knows? There's not really a whole lot of points to it. I think it's just more of just who's most likely to do something ridiculous, and it'll probably be Alan anyway, so we'll go ahead and do that. Probably.
I've done a lot. Why not a little bit more?
Yeah, well, that sounds a bit foreboding. Okay, well, I guess I'll go ahead and start this one out, and then we'll each pick one, see, and we'll see which one we agree with. So for me, who's most likely to be mistaken for a student?
For a student?
For a student. And I'm picking Charity.
That's what I picked.
I had Dan.
Actually, we all still look kind of collegiate.
I mean, I think by default I'm the youngest one here still, so I guess I would be the most college-like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I will say people do sometimes still think that I'm a student. Thankfully, I don't think I'm in high school anymore, because thankfully I think I don't look high school-ish, but I still look like I'm a college
I
student.
had someone in 2020, I guess people were crazy from COVID, but someone was like, what grade are you in? I'm like, no,
I just learned my
sir.
ABCs. I'm talking.
I'm like, thank you, sir. I'm 30, but that's okay.
Stranger danger.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. How did he say it? What grade are you in?
Yeah,
Help, I need an adult.
See, the thing is, now, because I actually teach at some colleges, a lot of people think I'm still a student because until they see me standing in front, they're like, oh, you're the teacher, so I still get to that sometimes. All right, you got one share of a most likely?
All right, most likely to eat a worm.
Alan.
Alan.
Put my name back. Put my name
Because I
back.
knew you guys were going to say that. That's crazy.
It just it fits you. It
What?
just fits you. I don't know, because you go
To
camping.
eat a worm?
You go
Interest.
camping. You fish. Fish eat worms.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I fish. I'm not a fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't,
I don't eat crawdads.
I mean, I guess we didn't specify. It could have been gummy worms.
Yeah.
No. That's no fun, because that's all of us. Everybody will eat a gummy
Yeah.
worm.
Oh, gosh.
All right, Alan, your turn.
All right. Most likely to join the circus.
I don't know. That sounds like a Dan thing for some reason. I don't know.
No.
Oh, Sarah.
Alan, you're just gonna pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just gonna pick up my name for
I've
everything.
suddenly developed some animus. Most likely to develop animus towards Charity.
I don't like circus eye.
Most likely to get kicked off a podcast, Alan.
Oh, very tongue in cheek.
Oh, man. This just got real and super competitive.
All right, let's see.
All right.
What do you have for us?
So this
Dan?
one I got is most likely to make an invention that shows up on infomercials.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
That sounds like a Dan thing.
I was going to
Alan, you put Alan on there.
Charity.
You got me. I feel honored. That
Entrepreneurial.
Yeah, I love it.
Ooh, I'm
Now I have to invent something.
I'm kind of curious what could be invented that hasn't been on infomercials yet, but I'm sure there's got to be something.
Oh, there's some ridiculous invention that hasn't been made yet.
Have you ever been just wanting to start a podcast? Here's a microphone that's Wi-Fi that links straight up to Buzzsprout. There you go.
Hey, I'm
Instant
all for
podcaster.
No editing needed.
Yeah.
it. Insta podcast. I
Yeah.
love
Sounds
it.
like a chia pet. You know, you just
And it's only $19.99. The
4
technical
payments of
support,
19.
is $55 a month.
Gotcha.
3 years payment up front.
for the low price.
Yeah, free shipping though.
I'll take free shipping. Sold. All right, I think it's your turn again, Charity. No, it's me.
Yep.
Okay, I have one. Who's most likely to have ice cream for lunch?
Oh,
Charity.
Yep. I go with myself on that one.
myself.
Oh, really?
I feel like we all should have put our own name.
Yeah.
No, I definitely know that because I think Charity has
everybody
actually done
knows
this.
ice cream tastes the best after 10 o'clock, and it's not fair, but it's true.
It's a hard and fast rule.
Isn't it always 10 o'clock?
Yes, it's 10 o'clock
It's always
somewhere.
after 10 o'clock, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
The taste
PM.
buds are heightened before midnight. I think that's how that works. Okay, your turn, Charity.
All right, most likely to be a zookeeper. I know mine because
yeah.
we've talked about this.
Yeah.
I'll go with that
That
one.
was with that monkey poop throwing story. That's one
Well,
of my favorites.
that and the hippos and all that. So
After that, it's least likely to be a zookeeper.
You certainly have the resume for it.
he does. Well, in that case, we should have had him to join the circus because all the animals are at the circus.
I don't like circuses, though, so
Circuses have clowns.
that's right.
Oh, yeah, but I mean,
Clowns and animal abuse. I'm not a big fan.
although I don't know, I think you'd be a cute clown. But not like a cute little
He
like.
needs to grow
I'm sure
his
I
hair
could take
out.
that in a good way at some point. No.
There's a compliment in there somewhere.
Yeah. It's hidden. Really
All
far.
right, try this one out. All right, who's most likely to wear flip-flops in the snow?
That's you, Alan.
That is totally me.
I'll give you
I
that
do
one.
that.
I'll give you that
I
one.
do that.
I've done it, but I'll give you
Yeah.
that one.
See,
for
it was
sure.
actually a toss-up
Yeah.
between you and Alan.
Yeah.
That's true.
If I have to go check the mail, I'm not putting shoes on.
Yeah.
Even-
I've gone out.
even in
I've
the
gone out
snow?
barefoot
Even
in the snow.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to get frostbite.
Nah, you don't
from
wanna
the-
waste-
You're not going
Who's
to.
gonna waste time putting shoes on?
See,
Yeah.
for me, it's not the cold; it's the ice, and I feel like ice
Okay,
and
the ice.
flip flops. You would just be sliding down the driveway. Do I need to say it again?
No, you're good.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, is it my turn?
I think it is your
All
turn.
right,
yeah.
let me see here. So my next one here is most likely to have their face on a coin.
Oh.
I don't know. I would like to see your face on a coin, Dan. You'd have
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. That's
Okay.
2 for me.
I do like that you
I
pick,
I'm
I do
with
like how you
Sarah,
pick me
so-
because I think braids would look good etched in.
Well,
Sarah
I
just
think
wants pink
I
currency.
picked you. It's almost like an award, right? It's like an award light. Since
Oh,
you've won
okay.
some awards, right? It's not an Oscar statue, but it's a coin.
No, I'll take that. I would love. Yeah, it's like that'll cost 13 Sarahs, please. You know?
It's a subway token.
It's still got some price to it, right?
It's worth 3 hay pennies.
3 hay pennies and a Sarah Joy.
And a 2 pence.
All right. I think it's me.
Mm-hmm.
Who is most likely to win at Jeopardy?
I think I could do it.
I'm gonna give myself that one.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I think I can see
No,
Dan.
I
doing
got
that.
Dan.
I was like-
I feel like Dan has enough useless knowledge
I can
that
be
he
pretty
can.
good at Jeopardy. So
Darn it.
a lot of it's in the context clues. That's
Yeah.
the biggest thing
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
Jeopardy. You don't have to know the knowledge. It's just
Yeah.
you have to be able to like read the context clues from the question.
It is
from
funny.
the answer.
It would
Yeah,
help though.
yeah. It is funny how all of a sudden people get stumped and just look in the what category are you in?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
What's the category? Yeah, exactly. Like, kind of, what are you looking for?
Some of them are still very specific though, like to regions or some of them get a little scientific. So like if it's dealing with maybe like film knowledge, I might be able to do, but like classic film knowledge. So like I don't know if I can really read a lot of the context clues for Jeopardy.
Well, and his brother-in-law is pretty smart too. So if any of
Sure.
that rubbed off on Dan, he would.
It didn't,
Pretty,
but I like to think that it did. Yeah.
That could be his
I
lifeline.
tried.
All right, I think that's you, Charity.
Who is most likely to have their work put in a museum? I already know this one.
Oh.
I was actually. Oh,
Oh, well, we'll do each other. How sweet
okay.
of
I was
us.
gonna put Charity.
But we've both
Probably
been in
Sarah.
a museum.
I'll do Sarah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'm all for the majority rule. I will not.
Wow. Thanks, guys. No votes for me. I'm not upset. I'm not hurt.
No, we're a
We're a
bundle.
package deal.
We're a package deal, even though they all said Sarah. All right, I think it's you, Alan.
Okay, most likely to host a talk show.
Well, Alan on that one, actually.
Yeah.
Actually put me on that. What talk
wait.
show?
I got that confused. I was thinking game show.
Oh, okay.
I don't know a talk show, but
don't
game
think I
show.
could do-
I think you could do
I
one.
could do
I
it.
think you'd
If
be
it's
most
game
likely
show,
to host
Alan.
a game show.
Yeah, okay, let's do to host a game show.
Game show, I'm picking
Alan
Alan.
for sure. Alan, I think you have the
Show us number
personality.
3.
I was thinking, yep.
Now to host a talk show, I had put me on there, but I guess it depends on the talk
I think
show.
it would be a toss-up between you two.
Yeah,
Or together.
I'm all for doing
probably-
it together because I
yeah.
think we can bounce off each other. So
Okay.
that'll be
So
after the podcast.
We need to have stuff in a museum, and we need to start a talk show. Keep that on the list.
with our own currency.
All right, so mine is most likely to ride a unicycle.
Oh, that's you, Dan.
I'm giving it myself.
I'll do Cherry.
I didn't mean to. I've ridden
It was a
one.
toss. Have you ridden one? Okay, mine's
you
going to
have?
be an attempt
Oh.
to ride one.
So whether you're successful, that's
Yeah,
a whole
yeah, it's not
other.
gonna be
That's another
successful.
card. Yeah.
Wait, when did you ride a unicycle?
So at the Children's Museum, this was a few years before we moved. They had this big circus display. Remember?
Oh, my
there
gosh.
was a big balcony that showed if you were to ride on an elephant, it showed how high up you would be.
yes. Oh my gosh.
And then at the bottom, they had a tightrope. Now, it was only 2 inches off the ground, but they had a tightrope walk.
That's
And then there was someone there that said, if you wanted to ride a unicycle, you could do it. And I actually made it across.
Wow.
wow,
Very
that was
nice.
like, I was like 13 or something. Like I didn't even remember that. That memory didn't even cross my mind
I
until
think
you
I
said
was,
that.
I must have been maybe like 9 years old. Like it was a long time
Wow.
ago. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Wow,
the
you
one
brushed
only
back
time I
the
ride a unicycle.
I could see you
You brushed
rocking
back
one of
the
like the
cobwebs on
modern
that one.
ones too. Have you seen those big wheels that are motorized?
I've
or
seen
something?
those. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I've
People
actually
are
always wanted to
zooming
try
around.
those.
I
yeah.
could see you rocking one of those.
Is that one? Would that be hard to keep? Well, I guess it'd be easier to keep a balance on a
It's all
motorized
electric.
one.
Yeah.
It's a bigger wheel too, so I feel like your balance would be better versus like a.
Yeah, you're not
skinny.
setting on it. You're
Yeah.
It's more of a standing.
It's like, yeah, it's
thing.
more you stand in between.
Yeah.
It's almost like a Segway, but with like the one.
Right, with the
Oh.
one wheel. Yeah.
Okay. I for some reason I had completely forgotten about that.
It's a long time ago.
Childhood. Okay. Is it me?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Who is most likely to find hidden treasures?
Ooh. I could see Dan going on an adventure.
Is it Charity?
I had Charity on there, just
okay.
mainly because Charity is really good at finding random
Oh,
stuff.
I should have put myself for that too. But yeah.
I'm with that. I like to think of myself as somebody who do
Well, I
that.
picked Alan because we were talking about the lawn care episode. You know, if he's always like digging in his yard or something, I feel like he'd be out with
Yeah,
his
I'm not
dog
finding
digging.
treasure. Finding trash.
You didn't dig deep enough.
I don't know. I'm thinking like old fashioned like pirate treasure chest treasure.
I was thinking even modern stuff. Like I could see Dan doing like geocoding.
I would like to do like the
adventures.
geocaching.
Ooh, I didn't
Yeah.
think about that.
Geocaching, yeah.
Have you done that before?
I've always wanted to, but we haven't.
It doesn't Wichita do something at Riverfest? There's like a coin that you have to find or something.
That sounds.
I haven't
That
heard
sounds
about that one.
right,
I
like
think so.
something they did within the past few years.
Yeah. Anyway,
Charity, I think you're up.
Okay, who is most likely to enjoy a bad movie?
oh.
Dan.
Dan.
Oh, really?
Oh, you too? Okay.
I'll do it. Yeah,
okay.
I've suffered through many a bad film.
I like a lot of bad
Well,
films.
I remember you talking about the Fast and Furious series, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like your guilty pleasure. And so I
Absolutely.
was like, okay, Dan could probably sit through a not so good, at least once. He wouldn't go back and watch it
Well,
again.
and then what? I mean, I think a word bad movie is kind of subjective, isn't it? Because
Well, if we're gonna try to break it down, it's not a game anymore.
It
Well,
is,
yeah.
but it isn't. There are some movies that are bad, and there are some movies that some people think are bad.
some people
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Did we go around?
That was
Not
my
yet.
last one.
Oh,
Yeah, one
okay.
more.
I found. I didn't realize I should
Alan
have gotten
had
some
one
more.
more.
Yeah,
You have
Alan and I
one
both have
more?
one
I
more.
do have one
Okay,
more. I'm
one
going to pull
more.
this one out of my memory banks. Let's
There
see.
you go.
Let's
Okay,
get
because
personal.
I
All right.
in case I looked up some
Sure.
more, in case we were
All right,
to.
most likely to be caught on Instagram picking their nose. Ooh.
Yeah, that's probably.
I don't even.
Unanimous.
I would definitely do that.
You set yourself up for that one.
That sounds
Yeah.
more like a never have I ever than a most
that wasn't ever yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I think my last one here.
And I'd
then
probably
is
like the post too. I'd be like, yeah, that's a good shot. Good angle.
double tap. Most likely to develop superpowers.
Ooh.
Oh no, I think that's you, Dan.
Yeah, I got it. I got Dan.
I'll go, Dan.
I'll take
Yeah.
it.
Now,
I'll take
which,
superpowers.
which one would you like to get? That's
Flight.
Okay.
Yeah. It's boring.
It's so basic. Yeah.
It's basic and boring, but I dig it.
Hey, that'll make you go to
Yeah.
Scotland better. Be like, hey,
Exactly.
who needs an airplane when I can
Who
just...
needs this expensive
Yeah, but
flight?
see, that means that Sally doesn't have superpowers, though.
Oh,
so
that's
is she
true.
just going to
I'll
carry
carry
her
her. Yeah, absolutely.
for that long all the
for
way
sure.
to Scotland? Okay.
Like a tandem parachuter.
Well, he didn't say like, but fly like the speed of sound, so it wouldn't like you have to fly for 24 hours because that just makes you a boring human plane.
No, I'd be like an African swallow. Or European swallow.
Oh, so you would have wings?
Like migrating. You know?
Oh,
No.
okay. So flying
It's a
south
Monty
from.
Python joke.
Oh, I knew that. I should have known that. Flying. Yeah, it's been a while. I actually have one.
All right.
Who is most likely to get a speeding ticket?
Oh, that's a good one. Yes.
Really? You think so?
My
Yeah,
tickets have never been for speeding.
I am a staunch speed limit follower.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't- maybe I was still thinking Fast and Furious, too.
I'm picking Sarah because I've driven behind you.
Sarah is the slowest
That's
driver.
the reason. I think she'd get the ticket for
going too
listen,
slow?
lady, you got to pick up the
Go in
pace.
the opposite direction.
You're holding us everybody up.
I don't mean to drive slow. Like I'm driving and
You drive under the speed limit.
You
That's why I
do.
always pass you.
I feel the thing is the weird thing is when charities, at least on my speedometer, it says that. So
Your speedometer is wrong.
I feel like I'm going my car's version of 40, but obviously 40
But
must
don't
be
you
like.
notice that everyone's just...
But that's the thing. But I'm like,
No, and
but
I'll
I'm
tell you
looking-
why,
I look
because
at my
I've
speedometer
passed-
because I'm like,
I've passed Sarah going slow, looking at her saying, you can go faster. And she's such an attentive driver. She does not look.
She's like 10 and
Yeah.
2. 10 and 2. Eyes forward, checking my
Yeah,
mirrors.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, hey, I'm over here.
And I was like, speed up.
Yeah, I'm like bumping her. She's like, what was that? What was going on?
you treated me like a 90-year-old.
Well, because you go on the same pace
You're practicing.
as Granny over there.
You're winning that one. You're definitely winning that one.
All right, you got one, Alan?
Most likely to learn how to surf.
Oh.
I'll put Dan on that
Oh.
one.
I'll be myself that one.
I put.
Do we all
Charity
have
on that
different
one.
ones?
Yeah.
We all,
Well,
we all
Not
said
quite.
No,
different
I put,
Yeah,
okay.
both
of
I,
those are
I put Dan on there.
I just put Alan because he used to live in California.
Yeah, and
Oh, that's true.
here's the thing. There's to go out into the surf. Anything past like 10 feet is super scary to me. I know. I know that there are things out there that are looking at me that I can't
It's
see.
like I watch Jaws.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny that you picked me because I'm not a fan of water at all. So,
Really?
I mean,
That's
like,
right. She did say
like
that. Yeah.
what if I'm on my tiptoes? That's as far as I'll go.
Yeah.
And
Interesting.
oceans, like, because I can't see the bottom. Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it is super scary.
Yeah.
See, I've always wanted to surf because I like skateboarding growing
okay.
up.
Yeah, it's skateboarding on the water.
Exactly, yeah.
I'll skateboard
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there's a nice firm ground underneath me.
That's not
Yeah.
always the benefit that you think it is.
But at
You
the
hit
same,
a rock, whew,
but,
stick a body to your hip.
Yeah.
but at the same time, you can't skin your knee in the water either. So I don't.
Oh,
you know.
no. I've-
On the
Well, actually, you know, you
shells and
probably
stuff?
could.
I've
Yeah, you
gotten
could.
bloody in a swimming pool, let alone the beach. Yeah.
Got that
Challenge
Pluto.
accepted.
You got one, Dan?
Yeah, let me see what that's.
All right. I just have a random
Yeah.
list up here. Just pick one.
Oh, who is most likely to adopt their next pet?
Oh, that's definitely Charity. That's definitely
Really?
Charity.
Okay.
Charity wants to have every dog
No.
in the universe.
Yes.
I'd say I'm giving myself.
I don't want
I get
children,
that.
but I'll have pets.
Yeah, a couple times
Samesies.
a couple times out of the year, my wife will send me a picture of like a dog
from
that
the
needs to
humane
be
shelter.
rescued, and I'm like, no, we're not doing this. But I've caved a couple of times. So.
Yeah.
I mean, understandable. You can't miss the cute faces on the pictures. Like, oh, we gotta get
In
them
the
all.
arms of Alan, adopt me.
Yeah,
Shows little sad
I
pug.
do have to avert my eyes.
All right. Well, we talked about one about surfing and all that kind of stuff. Who's most likely to get a motorcycle?
Oh, that's me. I'd do that. You
I can.
do that
I can
too?
see Dan doing that.
Yeah,
You too?
I would do
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I
got
can see.
Dan for that one.
I can see both of you doing it, but I can see Dan in leather, even though that's animal related.
Whoa, Sarah
vegan-
Harmon. Unbelievable.
Might need to have a talk with Sally.
a leather
Hey, Sally.
A leather jacket.
With some aviator glasses.
So I cheated a little bit. So I do actually have a motorcycle. I just haven't fixed it or learned how to
Really?
ride it yet. Yes, it's actually Sally's. So it's Sally's motorcycle. It's ours. She doesn't ride it anymore.
So Sally's got more of an
So
edge than you do.
She
so.
has a motorcycle's license. She grew up riding motorcycles.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I
That's
had one.
cool.
I had a motorcycles license. Enjoyed riding motorcycles until I went to San Francisco, and then I realized there is no way I'm riding a
Huge
motorcycle.
hills,
Yeah,
lots of traffic.
lots of
Ooh.
traffic, sharp turns,
Yeah.
pedestrians everywhere,
Everywhere.
jaywalking everywhere,
I feel like you have to deal with that. Even
double
if you're just,
parking, triple parking.
Even if you're riding just
cars.
like a car. I mean, everyone, you got to deal with that anyway. But is it more so on a motorbike, I guess?
Well, here's the difference. You can be killed more easily
Yeah.
on a motorcycle.
oh, because you don't
Yeah.
have that protection?
Yeah.
Yeah, the protection. Yeah, and you don't get strapped in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you go down, you're going down hard.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember I had a football buddy in high school. His name was Tyson, and he was on a motorcycle. This was, and I think Kansas is still a helmet optional state. But back then, I don't even think, well, I mean, helmet optional means that you're not required to. And he was not wearing a helmet, and he had to have his ear reattached after he went down in an intersection.
Oh my gosh.
And usually it seems like intersections, people just do not see motorcycles in intersections. So when you're trying to turn, people are turning and it's dangerous.
It is.
Can you tell it's been reattached?
Yes. Well, at the time, yeah.
I mean, depending
Yeah.
on what
No,
the
he showed me.
it's
No,
very-
he showed me. And I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, I'm done with
It's
motorcycles.
like a party trick, you know?
It's like,
being
hey.
able to move it and take it off.
Oh, they stitched it back on. I mean, it wasn't completely removed, but I mean,
You want to
like
meet
half
Vincent
of it,
Van
yeah.
Gogh? He's right there.
yeah. Rough.
Oh, well, I can't
Got
really.
your ear.
That's awful. That's awful.
Hey, I did the Van Gogh joke. I figured that was even worse than that one.
Sorry, Tyson.
Well, hopefully he'll hear this episode and be like, hey, that's me on the other side.
Just in mono.
Yeah, we distribute this in stereo. Sorry, Tyson.
Oh. Wow. We're just on
He's
top
got
of-
2 ears, so I feel like we can joke about it. It's not really making fun.
I can't top that. That's probably should end it right here. I don't know if we
Yeah.
can top a. We can't really get an. I was gonna say get ahead, but I can't really get an ear full of it. Anyway, no. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, well, I won again. That's awesome.
Yeah. What are the odds?
10,000 points.
10,000.
I'm the smartest man alive.
So Alan is most likely to win 10,000 points in a podcast.
on an
Yes.
imaginary game.
So thanks, guys, for listening along and maybe playing along if you did that. Check us out on all the podcast platforms. All our newest shows are there. Listen to us on doublestuffpod.com. Of course, we're available on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Double Stuff Podcast, and of course on Twitter at Double Stuff P, and that's the letter P.